Hello guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to Crypto Journal. My name is Paul. And in this video, I want to ask you guys, do you think we're gonna go even further down? Are we gonna crash even more? Or are we close to the bottom of this crash? Tom Lee seems to think we're close to the bottom. And I want to sort of share this article with you which was published on the 19th of November, which is yesterday. And the title is Tom Lee on Market Crash, Bottoms Are Ugly. But there's a key thing he says in this article where he suggests that we could be near the bottom already. And to be honest with you, it's not been fun. Although, having been through crypto cycles in the past, and I've seen, crypto market really fall to the floor in the past. So this isn't new, but just because you've been through it before doesn't make it any less painful. Seeing all your gains pretty much disappear over the past few months, it can be rough. And so I'm using these videos to also encourage as well as share news. I'm still I look at it from a different perspective. I look at are the fundamentals still there? Will traditional finance still come on chain? Is the future still blockchain and crypto? And if the answer to all of those is yes, then it's not the end. As difficult as this period may be, as difficult as it is to go through this crash, if the answer to all those questions is still yes, it means there is still a future for this industry. And it means that the only way is up. Unless the answer is no, then there's a big problem. But I personally believe that the answers to those questions is yes. Blockchain is still the future of finance. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that. Traditional finance getting ready to tokenize real world assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and so on and so forth. You're seeing countries developing stable coins, right, which is like digital currencies. And all of these things point to the fact that crypto is the future. So if that's the case, then we just need to weather the storm. But let's get into this article, okay? And let's see why Tom Lee, thinks that we could be near the bottom. So it says Lee, a well-known perma famous for making audacious price forecasts, has predicted that the cryptocurrency market could be nearing a bottom. And as we currently speak, it's not fun. I mean, Ethereum is like 2,800. We're back down to $2,800 for Ethereum, and I think we're probably around 86,000 for Bitcoin. And MSTR, MicroStrategy stock is tanking. BMNR is also tanking, and the stock market also sucks right now. If we're honest, everything is just ugh. So, but this is the world of finance, right? You have your bull market, you have your bear market. I'm not saying that we're in a bear market, but it certainly does feel like that because we've been on a decline for weeks and months now. But that's the nature of the beast, and we've got to be able to stomach it and weather the storm. So it says Bitcoin and Ethereum have plunged by 4.5% and 8.1% respectively over the last 24 hours, and it's more than that at the time of recording this video right now. Earlier this year, Lee predicted that the price of Bitcoin could hit 200,000 and that ETH could reach 16,000 in 2025. It's sure not looking like that right now. It's certainly not looking like that right now. However, such forecasts look absolutely ridiculous in hindsight, given that crypto is now in the middle of a brutal bear market. Critics like famous short seller Doug Cass see Lee's public optimism as media-seeking behavior, as reported by You Today. His precise short-term forecasts are fatuous and feckless. Beyond prediction, Lee actively puts his money where his mouth is by spearheading Bitmine Immersion, a firm that initially gained attention for Bitcoin mining and later pivoted to become a major Ethereum treasury company. At its peak, Bitmine held nearly 11 million in ETH, making it a prominent player in that niche. However, this audacious bet imploded as reported by Bloomberg, Bitmain is sitting on massive paper losses, with the stock collapsing by more than 50%. And I personally know that because I own some Bitmain stock. But I'm not selling them. I'm holding on to them because I do believe the market will recover. And I do believe we reach those predictions that Tom Lee made. Maybe not this year, but sometime in the future, I think we do hit those predictions. If traditional finance does come on the Ethereum blockchain, I think that will happen. So for me, it's a matter of when and not if, but that's my personal opinion. You're entitled to have your own. And then it says new bear market question. Bitcoin has plunged by 30% from its all-time peak, while other cryptocurrencies suffered even steeper losses. The cryptocurrency plunged lower. So let me say that again. The cryptocurrency plunged lower earlier today due to the odds of the Federal Reserve cutting rates in December dropping on the prediction market Kalshi. So essentially, because the Federal Reserve have not said with certainty that they will cut rates and lower interest rates in December, cryptocurrency tends to do better. The market tends to perform better when they cut rates and perform worse when they increase rates. And because that is uncertain right now, we're seeing an impact in the market. And I think that's probably on purpose. I still think I think they cut rates in December, but they just don't want to say that right now. But I think they do cut rates, and I think when that happens, we could potentially see a turnaround and a reversal of the market. As reported by You Today, Bloomberg intelligence strategist Michael McGlone has predicted that the price of Bitcoin could potentially collapse to as low as 10,000 during the ongoing bear market. I don't really see that happening. Personally, I don't think it goes as low as that. Yeah, I just don't think that happens. I think even at the last cycle, the bottom wasn't 10,000. And since then, we've had regulation come into the space. We've had institutions come into the space. We've seen ETFs being launched. And I just don't think personally that happens. But, never say never. Anything can happen. But personally, I don't think that case of it falling as low as 10,000 happens. But only time will tell. So how are you feeling? What do you think about the state of the market? Do you think we're officially in the bear market? What are you doing? Are you holding on to what you have, or are you selling? Do you think we go as low as 10,000 as being predicted by Mike McGlone of Bloomberg? What are your current emotions? How are you feeling? Are you panicking? Are you okay? Have you seen this before? Is it your first time experiencing this? Maybe you're new to crypto. I'm curious to know how you guys are feeling out there. So feel free to share in the description, and I'll look forward to reading your comments. If you've enjoyed this video, kindly hit the like button. Also, kindly consider subscribing to the channel to follow my content and my thoughts on the crypto space. I, share news on what's happening in the space. I also share some basic crypto education, blockchain education, as well as share my own personal journey. So if you're interested in that, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.